I did not let it rise too long because I'm pushing for time. So this is how I make my pizza. Okay, this is the marinade sauce I use. It's pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce. I really like this flavor. It's the best. I got a big bag of pepperoni. I normally don't use this brand. I like the Walmart brand better, but you get a bunch of pepperoni. I'm adding onions to my pizza, well, to the adult pizza. So I am going to show you how to roll out the dough and everything like that. So please be patient with me, okay? So I got the onions, I got pepperoni, I got the cheese, and I got my pizza sauce. Well, spaghetti sauce, but who cares? So this is what I'm gonna do. Take a little of the flour, sprinkle it over the countertop, as you can see. Put my dough that it did not rise very well, and just knead it a few times. I have the oven preset it for 350 degrees. I'm gonna put these pizzas into the oven for about 30 minutes, give or take. Check it in at about 20. So you got pizza like this. I'm gonna need, probably made too small dough pizza. I use this doodad thing to cut the pizza, and I just mix it around in my hand. Then I put that off to the side, make sure the flour stick, and put a thin layer of flour on your hand. Put some flour on your pizza roller so it does not stick. These are about 4 ounces big. So a rough estimate, these are about 4 ounces of pizza dough. Well, this. If you don't have a nice roller or anything, you can take the label off of your sauce and put flour on this and use this as your pizza dough. But because this is glass, don't press hard. I had to do that for a little bit of time. I like it to be more thinner than that, because the thinner it gets, more crispier the crust gets and everything. So I have really large hands, so this is about the size, but with my grandchildren, they like to make sure they get it evenly amount. I don't have a cookie cutter this size, so I took this bowl and I am going to go and press it down. See, I'm going to press it down, twist it a little bit, make sure it's cut. See how it's going to cut, whatnot. You're from Michigan too? I'm from Michigan too. I am making homemade pizza. My grandkids love homemade pizza. See how nice the circle is and everything? So I have you guys actually in a measuring cup. So I lay this down just like that. Now I got to make 4 more to go. So, and I use this for the perfect size and everything. It's a bowl. Don't worry. Everything is clean. I live in the UP for right now. So then we get more dough. I don't know what this doodad thing is. It's already covered with flour. I cut off about that much. I'm adding a little bit of more the other one. Squish it all up. I don't think you're supposed to squish it. You're supposed to knead it. But it's so small to knead. So I just want to make sure everything is in with it. So because I'm going to need a little bit more flour, add a little bit more flour to that. Press what little I have. Make sure you put more flour on your rolling dough. Roll it out. If you don't have a rolling dough, think about what you need. We like our crust for our pizza thinner. So I have 5 grandkids. I am making their favorite meal, seems like, is pizza. But what kid don't like pizza? The dough does not have to be perfect. Nothing. Hello, lovely queen. I'm using this big, massive bowl. I do not have women's hands or anything. This one is not going to be cut out the right way or the right size because I didn't get it big enough. You got to make sure you brush off the extra flour. If not, it's going to taste like flour. Okay? I have you guys in a measuring cup. So bring you over here. And I'm going to measure it up. I'm not doing a big pizza first because my grandkids come first. If I don't got enough dough for a big one first, then I go and turn around. I make sure the grandkids get fed first. Whatever dough is left over is the adult pizza. And I think I made a small amount of dough. I should have made it bigger, but I didn't. So make sure your flour is thick. You don't really need too much flour or anything. And make sure it's pressed down. You can use the flour that's already on the countertop. Press it down. Move things around so it's not squishing, like getting into everything. If you hear anything in the background, I apologize. That is my grandchildren. They are playing with their toys, watching TV, playing. And we also got 4 dogs as well. So I know for a fact this is not going to be big enough. So I need to flatten out just a little bit more. I like to try to make the dough about the same size for each child, because if not, they fight. Because they want to make sure they get the same amount as their brothers and sisters. See how I use the bowl? You gotta make sure you brush off the flour, which I don't really put too much flour on it. So you lay it out on your baking pan. I got 3 kids pizzas. I'm making their personal pan pizza for the children because they love pizza. Pizza and burgers for some odd reason. Flatten it out. Oh, this is probably about 2-3 ounces. I know I didn't make enough. And if you don't have enough flour on your roller, you don't want it to stick. Make sure you put a little bit on your hand. Make sure you put some on your countertop. Make sure you wash your countertop and sanitize. I'm a little germaphobe. This one is going to be smaller, so it'll be for my younger granddaughter. But for some odd reason, she's been able to eat a whole piece. So because this is not going to fit, and they do like thin pizzas because it's crispier and everything. Gotta make sure you get the extra flour off of it. If not, it's gonna be flour. And you press on the bowl because I don't have a pizza cutter that size, nothing like that.
Let's make sure to spray your eye with this.
So this is the bowl I use. Because I don't use too much flour on the countertop, it's perfectly fine. So see, I got about this much left of the dough. And I still got about one more pizza dough for the kids to make. Pick up the little scraps, whatnot, that was cut off with each of the pizzas off. I'm from Michigan. For now. So, if you need it, then it is easier. If you need it, you can go and turn around and it's a bigger dough. You can knead it, it's easier. But because this is so small, it's like 2-3 ounces, it's easier. So I roll out my dough. This is the last children's pizza dough I'll make. Anyone wants to be negative about anything that I do, I'm not answering you. Because I don't do negative. So I'm just letting you know, if you want to be negative, I'm not dealing with it. So this is about the size that I need. It's going to be a little smaller than certain corners. That one didn't get really completely. So we got little odds and ends from cutting it. Brush off the extra dough. And remember, put it on your greased pan back because we've been using these for years. So I got 3 pizzas for the kids here and 2 here. Kids. Now, and I'm going to need this. I'm going to need a little bit of extra flour. I would look it up. So because this dough is quite thicker, but maybe about a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to roll it out. I will forewarn you, bigger dough you have, the full squashed out. See, this is decent size, but it's too thick. So I gotta roll this out a lot more because the pan is this size. It's huge. Yeah. Rain. I have to roll this out. And anything that is extra big, we brush off because you don't want the flour pasting on your pizza at all. You do, it's going to taste gross. You do, it's going to taste gross. So this corner's not quite. This corner's not quite to the edge. You just push it up. You just push it up even to here. So then you take a knife. I'll show you a little. Cut the sides so it doesn't have that extra hanging. See right here how it's extra hanging? We don't want that. So as the oven is setting at 350 degrees and just turned off, saying, well, it didn't turn off. It's just saying, hey, the oven is ready. You can use it. So we got this much extra of the dough. Normally let the grandkids play with it. But today I'm not planning to let them play with it or anything like that because it's not much. It's just a little bit. So now we gotta go and clean up our messes and everything. And I'm gonna go and take this ragu spaghetti sauce. I like ragu, I like the flavor and everything. So I do have kids three pizzas, and here's 2 more. The oven is already set to 350. I got my toppings that we like, which is the off-brand. And you open up your can of whatever kind of sauce you like. I use a big soup spoon, I guess because it's big. And you put the amount of sauce onto it. Just slowly move it around the edges. Sorry if it's hard for you to hear. It is actually raining in my roof up on top. So we got this out of the way. Then we're going to put go around the edges. If you like a lot of crust, then you don't have to spread it far. We really don't like crust. Then we got the adult pizza. We have 3 adults that would be eating the pizza. It's good enough for us. Sauce right here. Normally this 24-ounce sauce is good enough for us for making these 5 small pizzas and 1 large. It's just perfect for us. We don't like too much of the crust, so it's not really